Good morning, student. Again, we are here to teach you mathematics. We have done exercise 3.3 up to question number 8. Now come to the question number 10, which is important topic for you. Express matrix A as the sum of symmetric and a skew symmetric matrix. This is matrix A and we have to express this matrix as the sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. So matrix A is given. Firstly, we will find the transpose of this matrix and A plus transpose of A. Clear? Now suppose let P is half of A plus transpose of A. Half of A plus transpose of A. And we will check that P is symmetric or not. We know that we have studied that A plus transpose of A is always symmetric. So P is equals to half A plus transpose of A will also be symmetric. So transpose of P will be half of, first row will be converted into first column, second row will be converted into second column, and third row will be converted into third column. So transpose of P is again P matrix. This implies that P is symmetric. Similarly, A minus transpose of A minus transpose of A will be this matrix. Now let Q is half of A minus A dash. Half of this is A minus A dash. Now again we will check that Q is skew symmetric or not. So transpose of Q will be half of, first row will be converted into first column, second row into second column, and third row into third column. On taking out negative sign as common, this matrix will be again SQ matrix. So transpose of Q is equals to minus Q. This implies that Q is skew symmetric. On adding matrix P and matrix Q, it means equation first and equation second. On adding equation first and equation second, we get half of this matrix plus half of this matrix. On taking out half as common, this matrix plus this matrix will be added. It will be this. On dividing 2 to each element, this will be again matrix A, which is given in the question. Is it clear? So this matrix A is converted into sum of symmetric matrix and skew symmetric matrix. Clear? Now come to the next topic. This is also an important topic for you, that to find the inverse of matrix using elementary transformation. So firstly, you have to know that what is the inverse of a matrix. Suppose if there are two matrices A and B and their product is I, then first matrix will be the inverse of second matrix and second matrix will be the inverse of first matrix. It means a matrix will be the inverse of itself if its product with its inverse is I. Clear or not? Two matrices A and B are there and their product is I, then one will be the inverse of other. Clear? So for finding the inverse of a matrix using elementary transformation, we may apply row operations or column operations, but not both in the same questions. To understand it, take an example of 2 by 2 matrix. So question number 1, find the inverse of A using elementary transformation. So how will we can find the inverse of this matrix by using elementary transformation? This is the working rule for this method. So what is the rule? Firstly, we will make first element as 1, then this element C should be 0. First we will make A as 1, then we will make C as 0, then we will make B as 0 if it can become easily. Otherwise, firstly we will make D as 1, then B as 0. This is the method, simple method. So for row operations, A equals to IA, we can write here matrix A equals to I, the identity matrix of same order, into A. Clear? Now some operations are there that we can apply here for elementary transformation. So what are the operations? We can multiply to any constant to any row. We can divide to any row by any constant, and any row is added to any other row by multiplying any constant. But if we are applying an operation to a row, then this row cannot be multiplied by any other element. It means this operation can be operated, but this operation cannot be operated. We can interchange one row to other row, any other row. Clear? Now come to the question. Firstly, we will make first element as 1, which is already 1. So come to the second step, we will make this element as 0. So we have to apply operation in row 2. Row 2. What operation we have to apply here? R2 minus twice of R1. From row R2 we will subtract twice of row 1. It means 2 minus twice of 1, 2 minus 2, 0. So R2 minus 2R1 operation we will apply here in LHS and same in RHS. The operation which we will apply in LHS, the same operation we will apply in RHS. Clear? So we will apply the operation in row 2. So row first in LHS and RHS will be as it is. Clear? Now R2, it means 2 minus twice of 1, 0. 3 minus twice of minus 1, 3 plus 2, 5, 3 plus 2, 5. Now same operation we have to apply in RHS. 0 minus 2 into 1, minus 2, 1 minus 2 into 0. Clear? This is 1. Now this element is 0. Now we have to make this element as 0, but this element will not become 0 easily. So firstly we will make this element as 1. So what operation we have to apply here? In R2 we have to apply operation R2 by 5, because on dividing R2 by 5 this element will be 5 by 5, it means 1. So first row will again written as it is here. So in R2 0 by 5 0, 5 by 5 1, minus 2 by 5 as it is, minus 2 by 5 and 1 by 5. This is clear. So this element is 1 now. Now this element should be 0. So for this element to become 0, we will apply the operation R1 plus R2, row 1 plus row 2. In first row we will add row 2. So second row will be as it is, 0 1 as it is, minus 2 by 5, 1 by 5 as it is. So in first row we will apply the operation 1 plus 0, 1, minus 1 plus 1, 0, 1 minus 2 by 5, 3 by 5, and 0 plus 1 by 5, 1 by 5. Now LHS will become into INT matrix, and this INT matrix is converted to another matrix, and this is A. So this is the form I equals to BA. This is the form which we have written above. AB equals to I, then B will be the inverse of A. This implies that A inverse will be B. It means inverse of this matrix by using element transformation will be 3 by 5, 1 by 5, minus 2 by 5 and 1 by 5. It is noted that if a matrix is converted into 1 0 0 0, it means it cannot be converted into INT matrix, then A inverse will not exist. Clear? Thank you. Have a nice day.